Ever heard of Missing 411? It's a term for a series of truly bizarre disappearances in national parks, cases that just don't add up. The man who coined the term, researcher David Polides, has documented these strange events for years. While many states have a few of these unsettling cases, one state stands out in a terrifying way: Pennsylvania. It's been called a statewide cluster, with at least 39 high-profile disappearances concentrated in the rugged, ancient Appalachian terrain. These aren't just hikers who lost their way. These are people who vanished under circumstances that seem to follow a chillingly consistent pattern. A profile of the impossible. So, what makes these cases so strange? It's the details. The Missing 411 profile often includes a few key elements that defy all logical explanation. First, the person almost always vanishes in the late afternoon, just as the sun is starting to set. Then, almost immediately after they go missing, a sudden freak storm or a dense, disorienting fog rolls in. This makes immediate search efforts incredibly difficult, sometimes even impossible. But here's where it gets even weirder. Search and rescue dogs, the best tool we have for finding lost people, are often completely baffled. In some cases, they can't pick up a scent at all, even right where the person was last seen. In other, more disturbing instances, the dogs will lead trackers to a certain point and then just stop, refusing to go any further. It's as if the trail and the person simply cease to exist. In Pennsylvania, this pattern gets even more specific and frankly more horrifying. A significant number of the victims are young children, often under the age of 10. These kids disappear from areas where they should have been safe, sometimes just feet away from their families. When they are found, and thankfully some are, it's where they are found that raises the most questions. These toddlers and young children are discovered miles away from where they were last seen, in terrain that would be difficult for a seasoned adult hiker to cross, let alone a small child. We're talking about dense brush, steep inclines, and rocky ground. How does a 2-year-old travel 12 miles through the wilderness, uphill, in a single night, and turn up without so much as a scratch on them? It's physically impossible by our understanding. This leads to one of the most famous and most debated theories connected to these cases: the big kitty explanation. In several instances where children were found alive after days in the wild, they told a strange story. They claimed a big kitty, or sometimes a friendly bear, found them. They said this animal protected them, kept them warm through the cold nights, and sometimes even fed them berries. Skeptics are quick to dismiss this as a child's imagination, a coping mechanism for a traumatic experience. And maybe it is. But that doesn't explain the physical evidence, or the lack of it. It doesn't explain how a toddler survives in the wilderness for days or how they cover those impossible distances. It just doesn't fit. The Pennsylvania cluster remains one of the most concentrated and compelling collections of these strange cases. The sheer number of disappearances that fit this specific, eerie profile in one state is staggering. Is there some kind of unknown, highly intelligent predator with supernatural stealth hunting in those woods? Is it a geographical anomaly, a pocket of the world where the laws of physics work differently? Or is the answer something even more out there, something we can't even begin to comprehend? Whatever is happening in the forests of Pennsylvania, it's a stark warning. It's a reminder that when you step off the trail and into the deep wilderness, you are entering a world that doesn't play by our rules. And sometimes, it feels like the forest is just waiting, watching for that one single second you turn your head. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as unsettling as I do, hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into the unknown. Stay safe out there.